Howdy, hello, hi. You can call me PhoebzorPhoebe, and today you and I are going to be diving into Kindergarten 3 screenshots from the game developers that are both on the Steam page and on the developer's Twitter account, and we are going to be diagnosing them, dissecting them, and let me tell you, there are some crazy secrets hidden within these screenshots that are going to give us a huge insight on what we can expect when we go in to play Kindergarten 3. And remember, if you have not watched my Kindergarten 1 and Kindergarten 2 playthrough, they are going to be linked down and below in the description. I had a lot of fun with them. Starting with the Kindergarten 3 Steam page, it gives us the trailer, which I broke down in my previous video that you should definitely go check out, otherwise none of this will make sense, and it gives us 6 screenshots that we do not see within the Kindergarten 3 trailer, so let's go ahead and dissect those. We're starting out with Miss Lovelet, our new kindergarten teacher, rhyming as always, and she says, "We love our little school, we've got each other's backs, and we won't be afraid when monsters attack." So she is confirming that there are monsters of some sort in the Kindergarten 3 world. It's interesting that she's starting this straight off in the morning when we all are arriving at this new school with our new teacher, and it seems like we have a dialogue box that says monsters, which I'm actually surprised that our main character, kindergartner character here, is surprised about because we've battled so many other demons within the last 2 days of kindergarten. We see our classmates, and I did want to point out that one of you commented on my last video saying that Monty is not in a back brace, but he is in Penny's dress, or he's using Penny's legs to be able to walk, because if you remember in Kindergarten 2, which is Tuesday of the week, he was in a wheelchair, and then Kindergarten 3 takes place on Wednesday, and so far we see that he's walking, and I'm pretty sure another screenshot is going to confirm that Monty is in fact using Penny's legs. Rip Penny. I did do a full breakdown on these characters as well in my previous trailer breakdown, so definitely go check that out. The next screenshot provided by the Steam page I find is going to be very, very crucial to either Nugget in Kindergarten 3 or particularly Nugget's mission. Nugget is saying, "Nugget is feeling funny again," and he is covered in the green goo that we saw him play in the trailer, but it seems like he is growing a mutated arm at lunch, so maybe part of his mission will be preventing, or us trying to prevent him from mutating into one of those awful Nugget monsters that the goo turns the children into that we saw at the end of Kindergarten 2. We see Miss Applegate as the lunch lady and the janitor sweeping up the toxic goo without a mop head, so he's really just stirring it around, as well as our other classmates and the ducks on each table, because our school mascot in Kindergarten 3 is the School of the Ducks. And then we have our classmates Alice, Monty, Davey. I'm pretty sure this is Austin, Cindy, our main character who doesn't have a name because why would he? And then there has been debate on whether this is going to be Felix or Theodore. It is Theodore's clothes that we see from Kindergarten 2, but it does look like Felix's hair. This could go either way. It could either be Felix in Teddy's clothes in Kindergarten 2, or it could be Teddy, who now calls himself by his full name, Theodore, after killing Felix, after he found out that Felix was trying to kill him in the secret ending. It's all in my Kindergarten 2 playlist. You can go watch it. It's crazy. All right, the twins are crazy, but let me know which twin you think this is in Kindergarten 3. Do you think it's Felix in Teddy's clothes, or do you think it's Teddy, who is now referring to himself by his full name Theodore, who is just over the world and is kind of inheriting the pompous billionaire child status? And then we have Emmy, a new classmate here that tends to the gardens. Speaking of Emmy, the next screenshot that Steam seems to give us is Cindy, of course, being Cindy, stomping all over Emmy's garden, specifically her cabbages. Unfortunately, she looks like she's screaming and crying, and Cindy is unfazed, unbothered, could care less, honestly. We see Linda the alligator, who took the janitor's arm, next to Davey, and Davey is actually the former principal's son, but we're not sure where the principal went. That's going to be one of the mysteries that we solve in Kindergarten 3, because the school janitor that was here before our crazy janitor came somehow mysteriously rose to become the principal of this kindergarten. I think it's interesting that the developers also provided a screenshot of our main character's bedroom. It is interesting to me that every kindergarten our character has had a different bedroom, because again, remember, Kindergarten 3 takes place on Wednesday, which is still still our main character's first week of kindergarten. Kindergarten 1 was on Monday, Kindergarten 2 was on Tuesday, and Kindergarten 3 is on Wednesday. All 3 games happening at 3 different schools, and in turn giving our main character 3 different bedrooms. So I'm not sure if our family had to up and move. We don't really know much about our main character, his lore, or his family, but it is interesting to me that we either have an area rug or the return of our sacrifice circle. And then this is the first bedroom in the kindergarten trilogy where our character actually has a TV and a Switch, or an off-brand Kindergarten World Nintendo Switch. I wonder if we're going to be able to interact with the TV or this book by our bed. I'm hoping that maybe this would be like a personal journal where it could give us some lore, but it might just be where we have to do homework. I hope not. And then we have little benches like in Kindergarten 1 where we have our items displayed out for us. Now, this is the screenshot on the Steam page that I should have been paying more attention to, because thankfully to your comments, you were able to point out that Monty is in fact in a dress, and this screenshot confirms it. This is so humiliating. Easily the second worst day of my life. And our main character's reactions are nice dress, which should have just given us away that yes, he is in fact wearing Penny's legs, or we can only assume. And then we can also ask him other questions like, can I buy something, since Monty is the seller in the kindergarten trilogy? And what was the worst day? I'm pretty sure we can all make an assumption on what the worst day of his life was. Probably Monday in the original kindergarten game, where he was, you know, his ability to walk was taken away by the janitor. So, yeah. It's interesting that the developers went with Monty getting Penny's legs, but also rip Penny. She got the worst ending, in my opinion, in the kindergarten trilogy. And then the final screenshot on the Steam page is, you died. Did you really just boop the gator? Which we did see that death scene in the Kindergarten 3 trailer where the alligator Linda bites off our head. So those are all the screenshots on the Steam page. It also is really nice that the game gives us character descriptions as well. All right, so Kindergarten 3 was announced May 1st officially. I know I'm late on my trailer breakdown and analysis, but better late than never. And I was finishing up my Kindergarten 2 playthrough, and I didn't want to spoil too much for myself yet. So again, go ahead and watch my trailer breakdown and analysis, and let's dive in to all these wonderful screenshots the game developer has been so kind to provide for us. I love that our school mascot seems to be a muscular duckling, and we have an official school song for Kindergarten 3, which of course is going to be classic kindergarten fashion. And it's interesting that I didn't notice this before. It seems like there's a plunger on this rock. That's probably going to be used in one of the missions, but the school song. We love our little school. We've got each other's backs. We won't be afraid when the monsters attack. And though we all may die and get put in a sack, a ducky dies with honor, and a quack, quack, quack. So the fact that this is the song, this to me gives me a hint that this school may be the origin of where the major mutations are happening below the school, why the school is just leaking goo. And it just confirms what Miss Lovelet was saying about the monsters, how she's totally fine with the kindergartners dying from monsters, so that's not new in the kindergarten world. But it's interesting to me that this school is actually upfront about, yeah, your student will die, and yeah, we have body bags, and yeah, there are monsters. They're not really hiding it as much as Kindergarten 1 and Kindergarten 2 did, so that's going to be very interesting that this school is just totally fine and outwards with it. I did also want to share with you all the game developer did say that you can go down the slide in Kindergarten 3, which is great, but Alice actually said that the last memory she has is going down the slide at her old school before she woke up in that mutation chamber under our Kindergarten 2 when she was turned into one of those evil Nugget looking monsters. So I'm not sure how safe this slide is actually going to be. All right, first official gameplay screenshot from the kindergarten game Twitter is Carla up in the classroom vent, and she says, "Oi, kid, up here." Now it seems like we are going to be able to travel through the vents, or at least Carla will be, because it seems like in all the major areas of the Kindergarten 3, from what I've seen from the trailer, every room does have a vent that may connect to another room. So I feel like this screenshot is definitely confirming that there may be some vent travel. It is also a choice to note that the game developers have also purposely made this school look more run down than the past two schools, with the wallpaper peeling, goo seeping from the walls, and stains all over the carpet and walls throughout the building as well. We do see more of the classroom, which we have a bookcase, an emergency axe, which I feel like is going to be fun once we unlock that, and then we have a little toy center with Davey wearing a crown, and Emmy seems to have a little garden box that she is growing in the classroom as well, which we love to see a green thumb queen. I know I'm gonna love Emmy. She seems so sweet. Also, I just want to notice that we are seeing the top of Cindy's dollhouse, and someone commented the trauma is coming, because you all know how Cindy's dollhouse playtimes usually go. This next screenshot shows that the nurse's office is a little bit more populated than it looked in the trailer of Kindergarten 3. It has a little desk here as well as toilet paper. It still has the x-ray machine and the no smoking sign, which is funny because she seems to be chain smoking. And the nurse is asking, wait, don't tell me, the head bleeding and the bruising, were you hit with a mop? Bingo is our character's reaction, which would be a first survival of us surviving the janitor's mop hitting. But my question to you is, do you think this is our original crazy janitor that did this injury to us? Because usually he doesn't let kids just up and walk away from it. Or do you think that this is an injury from our new principal, who used to be the school's janitor, who still proudly carries his mop? Let me know down below in the comments. I just think it's wild that we actually survived a mop hitting is all. Moving on to the next screenshot, which is another image of our kindergarten classroom. And the first thing I notice is that the axe is actually chained up. So it's definitely going to be hard to access this axe consistently through our playthrough of Kindergarten 3. And another thing to note is that the classroom fish is actually covered in goo, which I have a feeling that our favorite friend Nugget may have contaminated him with some goo by touching the little fishy. Miss Lovelet is telling us, good morning everybody, listen if you would. Today we will be putting on Little Red Riding Hood. And of course she's rhyming as always, but I am so excited to see actual plays that are going to be held here on the Kindergarten 3 stage. I think we will actually have an option to choose different characters to play different characters in our classroom play, because the kindergarten game developer captioned this screenshot with who are you casting as Little Red, the Woodsman, and Grandma. The next screenshot is a similar one as the last screenshot we just saw. The caption from the developer is, happy Wednesday, don't you just hate when the janitor interrupts morning time? And it's Miss Lovelet calling out the janitor for being in the classroom, saying, excuse me sir, for your information, you can't be near kids while you're on probation. So it's interesting that even though the janitor is on probation from probably all of his previous actions, he's still allowed to work at a school near all these kids. Emmy is watering the plants, and Davey is over here by the double chained fire axe. So we're gonna have to slowly figure out how to get not one chains off, not the glass broken, but two chains off of this fire axe as well. I feel like it's gonna be a tool that is gonna allow us to get towards one of the final goals or missions in Kindergarten 3, but that again is just a guess on my part. Now this screenshot is very similar to what we talked about in the Kindergarten 3 trailer breakdown, where we do see Miss Applegate as a lunch lady, and it's nice to see that the game developers actually confirmed that Miss Applegate is doing a new job during each time period. During lunch, she's the lunch lady. I'm really excited to see Miss Applegate multitask during the day, especially when it showed that she might be the school's secretary, she's the lunch lady during lunch, and she might be a librarian or the study hall supervisor based off of a screenshot that we will see. But in this screenshot, she says, I'm doing lots of jobs today. And let's be honest, if there's one thing I know, it's, and our main character cuts her off saying teaching, pills, or food. So I'm excited to see her reactions to those, because she may not be happy about that. But Austin replaced his rock or ball for a burger, and based off of the Kindergarten 3 trailer, I feel like Austin is definitely going to throw the burger at the janitor, especially with the way he's looking at him, and in turn, somehow Monty is going to get the blame for that. Poor Monty. Now here's one of the first screenshots we've actually received of Recess, which I'm looking forward to, especially with the mysterious slide that Alice is standing by. And it seems like Carla is mad. I'm really excited to see what these three are either plotting or fighting about here in Recess. But the main focus of this screenshot is Nugget. Greetings, feathered friend of Nugget. Even though this bird does look angry, maybe because Nugget got goo on him, I'm not sure, or that could just be markings of the bird. I just hope that the bird doesn't attack Nugget. And as always, as we're going through these screenshots, if you notice anything that I am missing, please let me know down below, or just let me know your guesses and theories of what we're gonna see. Now, this next screenshot is fun because it does confirm that Stevie is back. Now, he is injured, which means canonically that the janitor did do a good job at injuring him as well in kindergarten 2, because coming into Wednesday, he does have a head bandage and a crutch he's using. And Stevie is saying, "No, nothing, just a little misunderstanding with the janitor yesterday." Our main character's reactions to this are, why this door? So maybe he's blocking this door and we're not able to get into it. But like I said, it's interesting to see tiles that are roughed up in the school. The wallpaper looks dingy. It's a very unique art style that kind of gives us hints at how this school is ran or how run down it may be. The next screenshot is another classroom shot, and it's our first screenshot with a voice line from Cindy. Oh, our favorite gal. "So what's this I see in your hands? You had the flowers this whole time and you left me with your stupid vegetables? Not cool, Spinach Sarah. Not cool." So this is confirmed the second time we see Cindy bullying Emmy by stomping on her cabbages and now calling her the incorrect name. Again, we see Davey with this crown. I'm not sure if this is a special crown to let kindergartners have special toy time. I'm not sure. We see Nugget in the corner over here. Hopefully he's not beating his head against the wall like in kindergarten 2. And we see the fish with the goo, which the kindergartner game developer actually replied when someone asked, what happened to the fish? Too much goo. Somehow the fish got contaminated with goo. Now this is the screenshot. Now this is an interesting screenshot because Miss Applegate is in the tightest outfit we have ever seen her, which I didn't realize could happen because she already wears tight tops to enhance her figure. Anyway, she says, "Welcome to study hall. Feel free to read a book or something. The only rule is you're not allowed to leave. Got it?" And our character's poor reaction is, "I still can't read," which he confirms in the kindergarten 3 trailer that it's been 3 days and he still can't read. Miss Applegate may not be the librarian, but she is the study hall supervisor. And I also just want to point out this amazing poster that says read book because same. Anyway, Stevie is in study hall, which is interesting to me because how would the hall monitor get study hall? Monty is in here as well as Carla. Now, we all know Carla is always up to mischief and we love that for her. But my main question is, why are these two in study hall? All right, next screenshot is of another one of recess, and we are talking to Miss Lovelet, and she said, "It's fun to run and play outside. You can swing on the swings or go down the slide." And our reaction is, that's nice. So it's another confirmation that we can actually interact with the playground equipment, which I am looking forward to. And this is a screenshot that some of you may be happy to see because it's a first glimpse at us playing house with Cindy, but it looks like she's dragged an angry Alice into the game scenario, and she says, "Me and my daughter are moving in. This house is so cute." Now, Alice does not seem very happy to be a part of this, so we'll have to see how that interaction goes between Alice and Cindy. All right, moving on to the last 2 official screenshots provided by the game developer so far. We have another front yard scene where this is going to be very important for us to talk about. I feel like Alice is going to be the key to a lot of lore that we may be piecing together through the Kindergarten 3 trilogy, because remember, she was one of the mutated monsters at the end of Kindergarten 2, and here in this screenshot, she's saying, "'Cause 2 days ago I was kidnapped and yesterday I was turned into a monster." And then our response is, yeah, it's been a weird week, which, I mean, yeah, it's only been the first 3 days of kindergarten and it's been a pretty crazy week. But this does confirm that Alice was kidnapped and she doesn't remember much of what happened before we saw her at the end of Kindergarten 2. So we're not sure of her whereabouts Monday or Tuesday, and I feel like her mission is going to be putting together some of those missing pieces for her, which in turn will give us maybe some more lore about the entire Kindergarten universe. And the final screenshot that is on the Kindergarten game official Twitter is our crazy janitor here, confirming that Linda the gator did in fact bite off his arm. So we do have official confirmation that that is what happened to not only the janitor's arm, but also his mop head, because he doesn't really seem to be cleaning up that goo. It's more just probably scraping it around, which isn't going to help the mutations that are probably going to be happening at this school.
Stupid Linda, breaking my mop. I can't clean up the school. I took my arm. Can't kill any kids. Worst day ever.
And our character comes up to him and we're like, what you doing? And I just freaking love that. I love messing with the janitor. So it seems like the janitor is just having a really bad day overall in kindergarten 3, and honestly, I love that for him. At the time of me recording this video, we don't have an official release date yet of kindergarten 3, and those are all the screenshots released as of right now, but the kindergarten game Twitter page is updated every Wednesday, so I'm hoping that we're gonna get an announcement soon. In the meantime, please go ahead and watch my kindergarten 1 and kindergarten 2 playthrough series because 1, I put a lot of my heart and soul and work into those series, and 2, they have been some of my favorite games I've played here on my YouTube channel. When kindergarten 3 comes out, I will be playing it right here on the channel, so make sure you hit that subscribe button. That way you can be one of the first to see the kindergarten 3 game. And in the meantime, please let me know any theories or anything else I missed from any of these screenshots, because I somehow missed that Monty was indeed wearing a dress, or in everyone's ideas right now, he's probably using Penny's legs to walk around. But thank you so much for watching. You can call me PhoebzorPhoebe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!